Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Anyway, I'd like to make this video so we can talk about a few things. Actually, yesterday was a very interesting day for me. And this morning, I've been driving the car, and I think when you're driving the car, you think about things and you can reflect on what happened. And it was very interesting. And as we've made a video about the power of listening, I'd like to make another small video now about the power of talking, because I think communicating well with people is very important. And I always think that if something happens, it's better to talk about these things, go over it with the person you've got the problem with, and then normally with just by talking, a lot of things can be solved. Not everything can be solved, but a lot of things can be solved. And I'd like to give you the example of what happened yesterday. Two things actually happened to me, and due to the two situations, which by coincidence were very similar, there was two different outcomes. Okay, I'm not gonna name people because in my videos I don't think it's fair to name people, but well, I'm not normally going to name people. Sometimes I might do, but in general I'm not going to do that because I don't think it's fair, because a lot of people are private, and they don't want their names to be shared, etc., etc. Depends on the situation. So let me explain what happened yesterday. Okay, so basically I've got a really good friend, and he's actually a client of mine. Because I've got a real estate company, he was looking at a property to buy, and we were doing the visit with him. Everything was going nice. We're talking about the house, and there was somebody else in the house that just happened to be in the house because he had the keys. Okay, to the house. He was also, like into, he was also involved, let's say, in the real estate sector, and he had to open the keys for us. Okay, so we're doing this visit. Everything was going nice, etc., etc. And my friend just said to this other person, "Oh, I remember you. We met each other a couple of years ago." Expecting the normal, "Oh yeah, nice to see you. Yes, I remember, blah, 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 blah." But no, this other person says, "Oh yeah, I remember you. You did a very bad thing to me, and you did something with one of my clients, and blah, blah, blah." And then he was saying to me, "This guy's not trustworthy, etc., etc. He's not going to buy the house." I could see things spiraling out of control. And my friend, or the client, friend stroke client, said to this person, "Yeah, what you're talking about? I mean," and the person who had the problem was saying, "Yeah, 2 years ago you did this, etc., etc., etc.," and started to walk away. And myself and my friend tried to talk to him and say, "Listen," and my friend was saying, "It wasn't exactly like you were saying. It was out of my control. It was also another client of mine. It's not the events you're explaining," etc., etc., trying to make the situation right. But this other person just wasn't listening. So this comes back to one of the other videos, the power of listening. Wasn't prepared to listen to the other person's point of view. So it comes back to listening. Then things were going out of hand. Then walking up the stairs, and the conversation was still going on, not talking face to face. Then we were on the balcony at the top of the house, and obviously, I don't want any conflicts in my company or with my client, and I'm trying to also help and communicate. My friend is going back up to the top and trying to communicate, trying to really sort the problem out before it gets even worse. But this other person just kept on talking, kept on saying the bad things, really not listening at all to the point of view that of the other person. And as I said in one of my other videos, there's never one universal yes to anything, and there's always two sides to the coin. So sometimes you can make mistakes, or sometimes you can misinterpret what happened in this case 2 years ago, and there's always two versions. There's always, maybe there could be confusion. There could be so many things that could have happened. And this person just kept on saying the negative, not prepared to in any way dialogue about the situation, try and understand the situation better. He had an opportunity to communicate. And in the end, he got so mad and so angry that he went into his car, kept on saying the bad things. Then I went on my own to try and smooth it out, and kept on saying, no, this guy's not going to buy. He's not genuine. He's not this. He's not that. Blah 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 blah. I was trying to calm things down, trying to communicate, giving him 2 or 3 opportunities to talk. And this is a man of not a young person, probably around about 60. So a person that's got a business and should have experience with these things. So the moral to the story is, the moral of the story for me is the power of talking. Also talking, communicating, understanding. Even then, after the talking, you might still think that you have the right. Your explanation is the correct one. But at the end of the day, if you don't listen and you don't communicate properly, there's no opportunity to sort the things out. Then maybe you understand better, and then you can maybe say, oh, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. So, or whatever. And just talking and understanding and having the opportunity to listen to the other person. So I think the power of talking and the power of good communication is very important as well. Okay, so that happened. He went away, really mad. And even later in the evening, we had a call. My assistant had a call from his secretary, not from him, trying to explain again what happened and trying to recover a little bit. But really, that was probably his job to try and make the call. And if he had this problem in his mind for a couple of years, he knew where this person was. He could have gone and talked to him from the very beginning, tried to understand things, and not be worried, not being so agitated by something for so long. He had the opportunity many times to go to the office or go to the person and talk about this and try and sort things out. Again, if you talk, many things can be sorted out. Not everything, because sometimes things are just too complicated, but a lot of things can be. And I'd say the majority of the time it can be. So the more of this is the power of a good of the power of talking. Now, what happened to me in the afternoon? Can you believe this? A similar thing happened to me. So I have a really good friend. We wanted to do a certain thing together. She cancelled, and I was a little bit disappointed. Maybe I was also agitated a little bit because what happened in the morning. So I was a little bit upset and sent a few WhatsApps and saying, well, I'm very disappointed, blah, 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 blah. Like, really disappointed with you, etc., etc. And not rude, because I try and keep respect, but quite firm. So this person, she's not used to me acting like that, she said, well, this is not Paul, Paul's agitated. Is it because of this, or is it because of many things, or whatever? So she called me. She happened to call me. Maybe I would have called her, but she happened to take the initiative to call me. And we went over it over the phone, and we talked about it. I said what I thought, she said what she thought. We kept to what our feelings and what we really thought. We didn't really necessarily back down, but we had a good conversation, and we came to a good consensus, and it was like a weight off our shoulders, and was like brilliant. We talked about it, we sorted it out, we communicated our differences of opinions, we communicated why we thought these certain ways, why she did that action, and why I also did my action to her. And then, well, it was so good. We talked for a nice time. We're gonna get together. We really understood. We really cared about each other, and we sorted out our differences over the phone with a good communication and a good talk. So, wow, I could have also, not be for 4 or 5 days or a week or 2 weeks or a couple of months really mad with this person, and then things could have spiraled and etc. etc. But we sorted it out at the moment, and we had a great talk, and we got things back on track. And that's what it is, because you can't be. I always say the world is not pink. It's not always going to be perfect. Things are going to happen. You need to let them out. Really, like you just need to get it out. And if you're upset about something, there's no point in holding it inside. You need to release the steam. But then things can settle down again, and you can, with a good talk, you can sort things out. And that's the most important thing, and the moral of the conversation, the moral of the story, let's say, because two things happened with two different outcomes. So yeah, there's good examples. So hope you like the chat. Have a wonderful day, and let's keep in touch. And I really hope people can make some comments and give some feedback to this, and we can talk about it, and it's very and just have, it's really nice to do this for me, I was going to say, and have a really great day. Take care, everybody. Bye.